This is Coping with Donald. I'm Phil. It is February 8th, 2025, another unhappy day. And last night, Georgia was here, and she just looked so exhausted and disappointed and sad. I couldn't ask her to be on a show with me last night. Today, or tonight, I'm going to go see her. We're going to look to see if we see any of those meteor showers. Right now, she's at the beach, which she needs in order to decompress, I guess, would be the best way to put it. Just like we all decompress in our own ways. Oh, this episode, I gotta talk, unfortunately, about Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi was from the state of Florida. She had a lot of experiences in Florida government. Florida, of course, is where decency goes to die. So, it is a perfect fit for her to go to Washington now and be the Attorney General. Pam Bondi is a person very much interested in her own career and will do anything to advance it. So, she will be indecent for as long as it benefits her. I want to bring up 3 things that she's done in just a few days. This is not an all-inclusive list. This is just things that she's brought up in the past few days. The first one is Pam Bondi has decided that she and her department are going to investigate and prosecute people who investigated from the FBI the January 6ers. The January 6ers stormed the Capitol, broke into the Capitol, crapped in the Capitol, if you remember. These are great people, according to Donald Trump. He thinks they're patriots. So Pam Bondi is going to investigate the FBI agents who probably had a very easy time showing these people breaking windows with flagpoles and beating on officers and things like that. But they're the ones who are going to be investigated now. Just let that sink in. It's bad enough that the January 6ers have all been let out. And still are lunatics, by the way, most of them. But now she's going to investigate the people who did their jobs to put them in jail. That's great. That's what America's all about, isn't it? Retribution. Naked retribution. Another thing Pam Bondi did was, apparently in the Justice Department, there is a part of that is involved in putting sanctions on Russia, especially for their aggression in Ukraine. She has gotten rid of that department now, so we are lifting sanctions on Russia. How is that putting America first? And finally, the most shocking one is that she's going to go after companies and schools, I think, also, who she says practice DEI. Now, they have to be big companies. There's a dollar limit as to their sales per year. It can't be smaller companies than that, or amounts of employees that they have. But if she feels that they are criminally hiring DEI people, she will prosecute people in that company as criminals. So you could be a criminal for hiring women or black people or veterans or people with disabilities. If you're in a company and you have a phone bank and you hire somebody without legs who is doing the job at the phone bank, answering consumer complaints, etc., etc. And we're not talking government. We're talking private industry. Remember Republicans? We want to get rid of regulations. But if you hire somebody who's not a white male, we may throw you in jail. Actually, that rhymes. That's like if the glove fits, if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. If you don't hire a white male, you're going to jail. Anyway, this person without legs who could be doing the job just as well as anyone else. Now all of a sudden that person is a DEI hire, and the people who hired him are subject to prosecution. Same thing with black people, Hispanic people, anybody who's not a white male. They're going to be tough on schools that they feel allow too many black people to go there in higher education. So if you're black, you're kind of like blacklisted from going to school for higher education, and then blacklisted in the job market after that. I guess that's what Trump meant when he was talking about black jobs. I guess those jobs are the jobs nobody else wants to do. Excuse me. So he's going to make sure that he has a lot of black people and Hispanic people, etc., to do them. And if you support something like that, shame on you. And if you're religious and support something like that, double shame on you. If you are okay with that, there is something not okay with you. Where's your compassion? Where's your humanity? Oh, I forgot. Florida, the state where decency goes to die. I'm not a supporter of DEI per se. I don't say, well, this person can't do the job, but they qualify under DEI. So don't hire the person who can do the job. Hire the person who can't under DEI. I get that. That's not good policy. But don't you think private industry is on top of that? Don't you think they have the company in mind when they hire somebody? If you have two people, and maybe one is smarter than the other, but they both can do the job just as well, why can't you hire whichever person you want to hire? You probably would also hire somebody, if you were really hiring for the benefit of the company, somebody who's not MAGA. What is MAGA? MAGA is an employee who's going to complain all the time, blame things on everybody else, and not work together as a team. Why would you want that person? They're also the person who, if you happen to have some minority employees, co-workers, working with them, are going to try to do everything to make them miserable and complain about them. I worked at the post office. I saw it with my own eyes. God help this country. If this is what we think we're doing in the name of Jesus, God help this country. Or maybe he's abandoning us. The rest of the world seems to be. Pam Bondi, do better. Be best. Listen to Melania. Be best, Pam Bondi. Be best, Bondi. BBB. Better Business Bureau. BBB, Pam Bondi. Be best. That's your challenge. Because right now, you're not being best. You're not even being decent. Have a good weekend. And I hope Georgia agrees to come back and do some of these with me very soon. Because you must be getting tired of my ranting.